I need to know sales in order to calculate net working capital. Well, we're gonna need those sales anyway, so we might as well go ahead and make a calculation. So let's do another sheet. Uh, let's call this sales. In fact, I'm gonna call this sales and costs. Well, we're gonna have certain inputs again. Uh, First year sales of new, not mu, current sales of old, first year decline percentage of old. I'm gonna calculate first year sales of old. We'll have some more inputs, but for now, let's leave it as it is. And these are gonna be dollars. These are gonna be percentages. This I can actually calculate 90 million times 1 minus 40%. That's actually something I calculated, so I'm going to leave it as non-green. And these are going to decline by 15%. These are going to go up by, what did they say, 7 or 15%. And I didn't put it, 5%. Okay. All right. Year 1, 2. Well, first year is easy. I already have the number. After that, the previous year sales times 1 plus the growth rate of the new. Make sure you fix that number. All right. So these are my projected sales of the new product. For the old product, I need to figure out the change in the sales compared to the base. Okay. And let's first get the sales of old or existing. Well, the first year I'm gonna get 54, okay? And after that, each year, all right. So we know that too, but we're not, for the project purposes, we're not interested in total sales. What we're interested in is net sales. Basically, how much you're selling of the new product, less how much drop do you have compared to what would have happened uh, had you not gone with the project. I mean, we're basically assuming that if new product had not come into the picture, annual sales would have been constant. Of course, I'm going to change that in the homework assignment, but uh, so I need to look at, for example, for the first year, my net sales is going to be 105 minus my sales went down by $36 million, right? In the second year, 110, 250 minus 90 minus 45, 9. So let's calculate uh, change in existing. Let's call this compared to base, right? So second year, my drop of sales in the existing products is 44 and 51 almost, and so on and so forth. So essentially, my net sales is sales of the new product plus change in the existing. So even though I am selling 105 of the new, because I have the side effect of $36 million, negative side effect of $36 million, the net benefit to my sales of the new product is only 69. All right. To make calculations for net working capital, that's pretty much all I need. All right, CFFA. On year zero, I'm gonna need basically, okay, let's put in our percentage. I think it was 15. Yes, not negative. 15% times net sales of year zero, because we're looking at the change. And I'm gonna make that a different color because I can. Now, That's the change in the year zero. But after that, sales are not constant. So this means as a result of putting the project in, I have to put in $10.35 million right now as an addition to my net working capital. And I calculate that off of net sales. But next year, my net sales is not constant. In fact, it is going up, which means I need to add some more. So what we're going to do is calculate the change, which is year two sales minus year one sales. Actually, it is going up at that point. It is going down at that point, unless I made a mistake, which I'm going to check. Okay. But on the last year, I'm going to get all those additions back, which means I have to accumulate them, which is negative of sum of all of these. I'll make that purple. So essentially, this says during the life of the project, I ended up adding $16.4 million as net working capital. Now it's time to return all of that to the firm and get the cash flow for the project.